Hello everyone, and welcome back to Elden Ring. Today I want to tell the story of Jarburg, which is in Larunia, down some tomb cliffs. And no one will attack you here. It's just a town of jars, very happy jars, where all they do is garden and have a good time. And it's probably the sweetest place in Elden Ring, which also worries me because, as we know, so far from all the NPC questlines that we've done up to this point, nothing ever has a happy ending or stays safe for very long. So I'm kind of just enjoying this and taking it in, but it's a great place to farm different flora and things that you might need. Also just to like bask in the happiness of these jars that are just like dancing and chilling out. Look at them. They're just so happy. So happy. It makes me feel guilty for every pot I've smashed. I mean, they didn't give me a choice, but still. Yeah, there's some ritual pots and cracked pots that you can get. I feel bad for this little guy. He's just kind of like holding himself. He seems so alone. I want to give him a hug. Just not having a good time, huh, bud? There's a big one over here, just gardening, you know, like minding their own P's and Q's, you know? There is one jar that you can talk to. None of the rest will talk to you. But yeah, you come from down there. And this is the guy that will, you know, will talk to you. He'll ask you if you want to become his potentate, which I'm not fully sure what that entails, but it seems like you take care of the pots, and I think you eventually become the fodder of which goes into their pots. So he was kind of bummed that, like, we weren't smooth or silky enough, because we actually are warriors. But we're going to talk to him right now.
But then he left to be a champion. I asked to go with him, but he said the path of
So he's talking about Alexander. Alexander is his uncle, if I'm not mistaken.
I miss him, though. If you see him, you should ask him to teach you how to fight, cuz he's big and tough and strong. Uncle Alexander said he won't be back again.
My home is of the past, and the past, as they say, is a different country.
I suppose that's part of being a warrior, isn't it? So, please don't tell anyone, cuz... But I'm actually a warrior jar as well. One day, I'll be just like Uncle Alexander. Then I'll have to leave the village to become a champion.
I love him so much.
Uncle Alexander won't come back here.
My home is of the past.
We're going to keep resting so that we can get all of his dialogue, and wait for Dialos to come, because this is where Dialos escapes to after he leaves Volcano Manor, once we finish kind of that quest line. And Dialos can be potentate because he's never worked a day in his life. So they always talk about his smooth skin.
Ah, hello again. Do you know what a poacher is, cuz? They hunt us, smash us, and then take us away. This village is kept secret, so I think we're safe here. But you should be careful if you ever meet one of them, cuz I hope Uncle Alexander beats them all up first.
We never actually see what they look
Those
like, though.
awful
The poachers, I mean. And we never get a glimpse of them pretty much at all. So you have to come back a few times, pass time a few times, in order to get all the dialogue from this little Jarbug.
Oh, hello again, cuz. Have you heard? A new potentate's come to the village. I think he said his name was Dialos. He seems a little down in the dumps, but his hands, as smooth as silk. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed, actually. Even though good Sir Dialos has a wonderful suit of armor, he says he isn't a warrior. And since he's a coward, he won't be fighting anymore.
Sounds about right.
Smooth and silky hands feel nice when he pats us. But I wish we had a potentate big and strong like you. Dialos' smooth and silky hands, but I wish we had...
Yeah, I have a feeling the potentate's duty is not only to take care of the jars, but to eventually become the essence that goes in the jar. Because that's what they do. That's what they do. That's how they get bigger.
Full of beans. No wonder you're covered in muck.
You know, Dialos, you're not such a bad guy.
Oh, my friend, it's been far too long. I have to say you caught me at a rather low point. But as you see, I've put all that behind me. Left the volcano manor, forging my own path now, making my own choices. Even a fool like me can look after some simple jars. Do you pity me? Well, don't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm on the straight and narrow.
I mean, honestly, I would have that as a job, so
Simple jars. Do you pity me?
I don't think you're a fool. Sounds great. So once again, we're going to let some time pass. And see what happens when we come out of it. So we let some time pass, and as you can see, unfortunately, majority of the pots are smashed. And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this, I kind of started bawling a little bit. I'm safe to say, I cried.
Oh, cuz, I'm glad you came. But we're fine now. Dialos fought the poacher, though quite a lot of us got broken. I won't cry, though. I'm a warrior jar. A warrior. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. That's the kind of warrior I want to be one day, cuz. Even if I'm scared, I'll still fight to protect everyone.
Good for you, little guy.
That's the kind of warrior I want to be one day, cuz.
God damn it, FromSoft, you couldn't let us have one happy ending. Just one.
You. Are the jars? Are they all right?
Well, one is.
Did I defend them?
I'm just gonna lie to him.
Then all is well. This fool proved his worth in the end.
You were a good guy, Dialos. Very, very good guy. Yeah. I think our little jar boy up there is the only one that survived.
The tale, that's the kind of warrior I...
So we're gonna rest again so that we can get the final dialogue, an ending of this story. So at this point, our little jar boy has moved over to Dialos and is now using him to get stronger.
The tale of House Hos, that's the kind of warrior I'm going to be. One who protects everybody. The tale of... That's the kind of warrior I'm going... One who protects...
Which is pretty disturbing, but I mean, we've seen it with Alexander after we killed Radon. Him just like putting it all, putting all the bodies in his pot. So, I guess the sad part is like, he wants to be a warrior jar, and I don't think he's gonna get much strength from Dialos. I mean, I guess that's an interpretation you could take. He could be a much different warrior than Alexander and have more of a heart and compassion. But in terms of actual strength, I mean, he's not gonna get that much from Dialos because he never wanted to fight. But now we get the rest of Dialos's stuff, and we get a second rose whip, because if you kill Juno Hoslow, which I did, and I'm saying a prayer for Dialos right now, but after you kill Juno, you get his set and you get a rose whip. So now we have 2 of them. And I think that's going to be my new build. I mean, I really like it. It's pretty badass. For Dialos. Long live Jarburg.